total, which is super powerful stuff. Now, if you were to be an owner at the Mayan Palace, Puerto Penasca, $20,000 for a single week. Can you believe that? Well, believe it, because that's what people really pay. That's for the 2-bedroom, same deal, same unit. We go there as GRN members. Again, this is the same place. People paying $20,000 plus annual maintenance fees. We go to the same exact resort, stay in the same exact room during a peak prime travel holiday time to escape the cold into Mexico. We pay $398. Raise your hand if that does not, at least for those of you in GRN, obviously it excites you, or you wouldn't have got into GRN, but raise your hand if you can see how with savings like that compared to the alternative, you can get excited about this. This is something that is pretty appetizing. In fact, our 20-week per year package, our weeks range between $398, sometimes lower, but as a general rule, our weeks are $398 up to $799. Our 20-week package, you get to use a la carte. You can select up to 20 weeks. This is the version of, instead of buying a vacation home or something, you'd buy this membership. And you get to use 20 weeks at $398 to $799 per week. It is cheaper than owning 1 week, 1 week of buying the timeshare outright at $20,000. Our 20-week package is $12,500, and it is the most robust offering in the travel industry when it comes to premium real estate, luxury vacation condos. Luxury real estate, and we're not selling an actual deed, we are selling a membership to the best real estate properties, this kind of thing. But luxury real estate has higher commissions. Now here's what's cool. When you make a $12,500 sale as a GRN Platinum Plus member, on your first sale, you make $3,500. That is called the first sale rule. Every sale after that, you make $7,000. Somebody give me a guess. Just give me a guess, for those of you who are familiar with real estate, how much house you would have to sell if you were selling a house. How much house you would have to sell to make a $7,000 commission? Shoot me the price, the guess price, for those of you who are somewhat familiar with this. Guess how much house you'd have to sell as a real estate agent to make a $7,000 commission. I'm getting some guesses here. 300,000. That's probably pretty close to right. But about $225,000 home you would have to sell as a real estate agent to make roughly a $7,000 commission. Inside GRN, $12,500 membership, which is really, it's not that expensive compared to the alternative, especially when you compare the benefits, cheaper than 1 week of ownership at a resort that we get to use. 20 weeks, $12,500. You're making $7,000 commissions as the Platinum Plus. Super powerful, and you're getting to stay at this exact resort that people really do pay $20,000 or more. So let me show another example here, but we'll get to that in a second. Other people said they are here to learn from me. Thank you. Andrea is here to renew her vision, always. Doug's here to tweak his presentation. Fred's here to become a better prospector. John is here because he wants to make money. Amanda's here for the prospects, and these are her all-time favorite webinars. KL is here because curious. Time to understand it now, Christy says. Time to promote it now. Well, here's what you're promoting, and this is the power of this. I can't empirically prove this because I just can't prove it. But what I'm going to say is that Global Resorts Network causes more families, more couples, more girlfriend getaways, more guy bonding bromance trips, more family trips, more romance trips than any other travel mechanism on earth. And here's why I say that. Every day, in fact, right now, don't know the numbers, but dozens and dozens of people who bought Global Resorts Network are on vacation right now because they're not paying this. This is an example from Expedia's best price. Wyndham Branson at the Meadows. You can look inside it right here, Wyndham Branson at the Meadows. It's got the full kitchen, breakfast bar, little dining room area, living room, deck, down the hall, 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, nice master. Wyndhams are pretty awesome. If you were to book this May 20th to May 27th through Expedia's best price, that's called public pricing. My parents, my mom, my dad, my grandpa, I'm from North Dakota where people are very conservative with their money. They have a simple rule: you never pay retail. I grew up, we grew up very frugal, and partly because we didn't have any money, but my parents ended up becoming millionaires in their own respect through really saving and slowly plodding towards wealth. But I learned to spot deals young, and the rule at our house was never pay retail for anything, for cars, for vacations, never pay retail at all. So what happens is this is retail, this is public pricing, and in my family sometimes it was called sucker pricing. But people pay it all day long. $4,119.54. This identical unit, Wyndham Branson at the Meadows, same unit, 2 bedroom, same dates, May 20th to May 27th, $398. It's the exact resort. It's the exact prime summer days. It's the exact unit, GRN, 91% off Expedia's best price. If you were to try to buy a single week of timeshare there, floats around $18,000 plus $700-800 in maintenance fees. Our Platinum membership, which is our most popular membership, we have the Platinum Plus. That's $12,500. Pays you a $7K commission to sell it. Gosh, that's beautiful. Our Platinum membership. Now, follow how awesome this is. This is 10 weeks of usage per year. And to get to the Wyndham Branson at the Meadows, some people pay $18,000 to get their foot in the door so they can pay $600 or $700 in maintenance fees a year to stay there. We don't pay $18,000, we don't pay $10,000, we don't pay $7,000, we don't pay $6,000. Our Platinum membership is $4,995. It gives you 10 weeks of access at prices like this. On your very first trip, if you happen to buy and book this, what are you saving? $3,700. But forget the savings. You almost save $4,000 on your first trip. Forget the savings. The bigger message of GRN is you probably would not go if it weren't for this price. And at least in my family growing up, to this day, our best memories are when we saved all year long. The kids were involved in the savings. I was in 3rd grade. And we went to Disney. We still talk about it. I was from North Dakota. It was like the Griswold family vacation, Lampoon's Vacation. It was a scene, not going to lie, but we still talk about it. We still talk about our trips to Cancun when I got into high school. Family memories, bonding. My wife and I, we go to Hawaii. Because of this membership, we are going on vacation all the time. This is Wyndham Branson at the Meadows, 1 week of ownership. We just looked at this. $18,500. Taxes, fees, $729.48. Now look at this. This is on a reseller site called buyatimeshare.com. Popular. It's on Fox News. It's advertised on Fox, other popular cable networks. Wyndham Branson at the Meadows, 3 weeks discounted. Look at this down here. This is in the reseller market. Purchase all 3 properties for a discounted price of $48,000. $48,000. You get 3 weeks of ownership, and guess what happens to this little number? This number gets to triple. So you'd be paying $2,100 a year to get 3 weeks. My friends, here's the thing. This is why being an affiliate of Global Resorts, the second I saw it, I knew I was going to become financially independent just because I knew what the alternative was. This is a $5 billion industry. Every single day, people come back from Mexico, they come back from Florida, they come back from California, and they've bought a timeshare Maybe it was only 10 grand, maybe it was 15 grand, maybe it was 20, but they bought it. And what we have at 12,500 for 20 weeks will set them up with a retirement of fantasy. Literally, they can take the grandkids. I mean, think of this thing. Here, shoot, grab a couple grandkids, throw them in the car if you live in the Midwest, and go to Branson for a little bit. If you got something like this, you got a 2-bedroom, hey, grab the kids and say, we're out of here. And if you get an independent lifestyle that you're living off your laptop, today I am out in Phoenix, Arizona. I'm outside working outside. It looks like I'm on vacation. I kind of feel like I am sometimes, but I'm sitting there working. Sales are being made of this great product. This is an exciting lifestyle to invite yourself into. My purpose tonight is to show you the kind of savings that people are getting, the real deals that every week people who bought Global Resorts, sometimes we're over 5 years old. We've sold millions upon millions of dollars of this product. We have an A- rating with the Better Business Bureau, which is good when you've got affiliates out there who we can't govern what affiliates say. It's not like employees where you get to record everything they say, make sure it's perfect. We have affiliates who, can tell people, hey, you're going to get rich, just buy this, trust me. But even with all that, we still have a great rating because we have a great product. And the product is the mainstay of this opportunity. That's the big thing. Let's look at this one. This is Wyndham Cypress Palms. This is a mile or so from Walt Disney World. I shouldn't say it's a mile. I don't know exactly how far it is from Walt Disney World. That was a different resort that I was thinking of. But what you'll see here is this was a prime winter getaway. I snapped a bunch of these. One day, so some of these are dated, but they're an example of what we have. February 10th to February 17th on Expedia's best price, $665.33 per night, $5,200 for the week. But that's why, because it's great real estate. It's near Disney. It equals pricey. Expedia's best price is here. Wyndham Cypress Palms, we have the exact unit. Wyndham Cypress Palms, exact dates, February 10th to February 17th. Exact room, 2-bedroom, $546. Our Platinum membership at $49.95, you just about clear it out and save it on your first trip, if this one was your trip. You get 10 weeks per year. I bought this. When I bought it on a 22% credit card. Is Global Resorts a scam? Sometimes we get asked that. We're way beyond that now because we have so much social proof. It's ridiculous. But credit cards are 95% of our business. And to have a merchant account where we're taking $5,000 transactions, if we were even remotely a scam, we would not be able to be in partnership with Visa, MasterCard, and Discover. So if anybody's looking at any other travel membership or something and they're saying, well, just wire us the money, that's how we do it here, run away. Now, you can still wire here, but you can also pay credit card. This is a safe purchase. It is a quality purchase. It is an awesome purchase. And in my life, the Platinum membership, and now we're Platinum Plus, but the Platinum membership was the single greatest the single greatest purchase I've made in my entire life because it caused us to go off on vacation more than we ever dreamed. I took my friends to Mexico. I'm sorry, I took my friends to Kauai. And here's the thing, I got a 2-bedroom unit for $398. I said, hey, I got the unit. It's right on the ocean. All you guys got to do is fly there. Well, my buddies thought I was the richest. They were like, how did you do this? This is like, how are you sure? It was, pennies. And we did a bromance trip to end all bromance trips and the adventure of Hawaii. My son and I went to Puerto Vallarta, stayed at the Mayan Palace, took my son there because it was so cheap. Other people were paying $2,500, $3,000 for the week. We paid $525. Here's another example. This is Cabo Villas Beach Resort and Spa. This is a 4-star property. January 28th to February 4th. This is a premium when everyone wants to get the heck out of the cold and get to Mexico. The one-bedroom unit, $2,274. Here we are in GRN, January 28th to February 4th. It's the identical units, my friend. Identical dates, identical unit. The only difference is 82.5% off Expedia. A Global Resorts Network member pays $398. What's really, really powerful about this opportunity, I just pulled this one up today because I had a bunch of dated ones. So this is Tuesday, March 20th. So I literally today pulled this up. This is one of the deals that's out there right now. What's crazy about this? This is right by Disney, and it's you can see it's 2 blocks away from Disney Park in Anaheim Convention Center. And if you look in, it's a 3-bedroom. It sleeps 8 people. I looked, and you guys can check me on this if you want, but just Google Peacock Suites, go to TripAdvisor, type in these days. You just cannot find a 3-bedroom. The 1-bedrooms were ranging around $800 to $1,000 just for a 1-bedroom. A 3-bedroom, I could not find anything comparable. My guess is it was floating around $2,250 to $3,000. But the cool thing is, this is that summer vacation. Hey, we're taking the kids to Disney at this kind of price with that kind of unit, right, conveniently located right by Disney. You can't go wrong. This causes, and this is my point, is that families and couples, people that have this membership, take vacations they otherwise would not take. This is the right before school, hurrah. We have some other amazing, for those of you who are members, we have amazing units in San Diego in July and August. We have some really great California stuff in our inventory right now. Make sure you do it. Okay, so here's the cool part of our pay plan. I talked about when you make a sale, if you make a Platinum Plus, your first one you make $3,500, your second one, and everything after that you make $7,000. Ask yourself, how long does it take you to make $7,000? I mean, that's a fair question. Now, when you sell our Platinum membership, which is our most popular, for $4,995, you make a $2,000 commission, and that's pretty sweet. $4,995, you make a $2,000 commission. Well, here's where things get really, really unique. Is you can make these sales literally, and we're going to hear from some guests. We're going to hear from some affiliates and some customers here in a moment, GRNers. So when I ask in a moment GRNers who are on the line, and we have a lot of them, when I ask for some volunteers, I'd love to see hands ablaze with offering your testimony real quick. I think that's a powerful thing. It's good for everybody to see. I'll pull up your profile on Facebook if you have it. If not, that's okay. But here's what's really cool. One of our teammates, Debbie, a few years ago, we're talking like 2007, sold a couple in Canada our membership. And this happens often. This is like an echo throughout the affiliate base in Global Resorts. 2007, what happens is this couple has some flexibility. This couple always, and they also, you can plan vacations pretty easy, but they see deals like this, and they just up and hop to Cabo. They up and hop to Puerto Vallarta. They up and hop to Cancun, and they escape the cold. And their friends always know that they're out, their business associates. You guys are going to Cabo again? You're staying at the Grand Mayan again? You're in Acapulco? Like, how are you doing this? And what happens is this couple makes, here and there, it's spotty because it's not very deliberate to my knowledge. And I don't know the full backstory to it, but it's just a word of mouth thing. They see the Facebook pictures of their friends on vacation, and people ask, well, how do you do this? How do you keep doing this? And what happens is every time they make a sale in our pay plan, we're going to call this for Debbie. They sold Canada couple. I should really learn their names better, but and Canada goes off, and they're always, this will be the airplane. This is supposed to be an airplane. Wow, they're sitting off in Cancun doing their thing, and this is they're living life, putting the pictures on Facebook, whatever, and their friends see it, and they say, hey, we're affiliates, buy through us. So there they go, and they buy a sale. Now here's what's cool. Canada couple makes $2,000. They sell it though, whatever the case may be. Maybe they give a little tour through the membership. Maybe I don't know how much work they do, but usually a sale in global doesn't take more than 30, 40 minutes of your personal time. So they make 2 grand in less than an hour usually. But then here's what's cool. In our pay plan, Debbie makes 2 grand. And then they make another sale. And they make 2 grand and Debbie makes 2 grand. This is called, I like to call this massive passive. And what happens is it's $2,000 commissions that can come literally in a split second. They can come out of nowhere. They come out of nowhere. There are many people on this line right now, GRN affiliates, who at the end of the day, there are teammates who make a sale, and out of nowhere, there's a little email that comes from GRN. We pay people in over 25 countries with our affiliates, by the way. And it just says commission earned, and they check it, and it says you just earned $2,000 from whoever bought. And a lot of times, you don't even know. You say, well, who sold that? So you log in and you go, oh my gosh, Amanda made another sale. Oh my gosh, Andrea made a sale. Oh my gosh, Michelle made another sale. Oh my gosh, Eric made a sale. It is pretty fascinating, but here's the big thing. We're going to hear from some people in a minute, so GRNers get ready. But there's a lot of people, and it's not their fault, but most of us grew up learning to trade time for money. Financial freedom, if you're making $50 an hour, the only way you can get to this place of, I don't know, whatever that place is by trading time for the money. 1 hour, $50. So if you want to make more money, what do? You take on more hours. That's awesome. That's lifestyle. No, it's not. It's not necessary, but it's a model. It's a model of earning that most of us were taught to be, and it's not your fault, especially if you were raised in the government school systems. You were taught to be an employee. You were taught to take orders. You were taught to think about a job and these kind of things. Now, there's another model of earning, and it gets you to financial freedom a little bit better. It can be a higher paying job or a higher salary job, or you can be running your own business. Now, here's the thing with that, or a dentist, or a lawyer, or a doctor, and let's say this is $200 an hour. Well, it's great, and you can start moving along very fast, but usually this whole thing is tied to an hour, or it's tied to some kind of obligation, and there has to be some kind of unit of energy spent for you to make money. And this is like a quantum income conversation I'm having, but if your vehicles require an input of energy for you to make wealth, you cannot make unlimited wealth. You are completely trapped to whatever obligation unit you can pull given whatever you exert. Okay, now this is, I'm sounding a little philosophical here, but here's how you become wealth. This is how you don't become wealth, but you can become wealthy. And it's when you can actually make money with zero time involved. No time. Zero time. No time. It is no longer dependent. A unit of effort is no longer dependent to receive money. Now, this doesn't mean that join Global Resorts and you don't give any more units of effort. You don't try. You don't do anything. Money just shows up. But here's what's powerful is Debbie gave a unit of effort in originally selling that couple, and then she's checked out. She's cut out. This couple just starts using the membership. They're loving it. They're posting their pictures. They're sharing the story. And then all of a sudden, 2,000, 2,000, 2,000, 2,000. It doesn't require her engagement. This is such a... Raise your hand if this is not a life-changing concept. See, what happens is a lot of us, we think, oh, it's just, just make some money. I don't know, what is this, just some kind of passive MLM? People don't realize that this is a gift. This is a gift. This is such a miracle of how to change your life, rearrange every single thing. You'll start looking at life in terms of sales. I remember when it's still to this day, I don't even think of things in terms of if something cost $4,000, I think, oh, that's 2 sales. That's no big deal. I think 2 sales, two tiny little sales that can be made from my team, can be made from anybody. Platinum Plus comes through. $7,000. I mean, there's people that spend a lot of time to make $7,000. But here's the thing. You will deserve that, and that cannot happen for you if you're in these models. There's nothing morally wrong with them, but in terms of financial, they're inefficient. They're beneath a lot. They may be beneath you. And here's what I mean by that. If you're here tonight, and I'm going hardcore tonight, and I want to hear from all you guys, but here's the thing. There are myriads of people that if they got a $5 raise, they are really, truly, legitimately happy. They're not thinking about, you know what, inside their heart, they're not pining inside for better homes, better cars, private schools for their kids, more trips, time freedom. They're not. They get their $5 raise, they're content, and good for them. But if you're on this call, that's probably not you. There's some people who would be content to have school loans for 20 years, to spend $80,000 on school loans, to go back into the market and make $50,000 a year and think that that's okay. In fact, they're actually glad. Now this isn't a moral. I'm not downing these people. What I'm telling you is they are fine. But if you're here, sometimes, at least the people who do really well in this model, in fact, you know what, I think, and again, I can't empirically prove this, I'd say the only people that do well in this model are people who look at this model and feel like they're going to be suffocated if they live in it. I used to work at a factory. I used to be a low-salary employee. We qualified for welfare. We lived in a trailer. We had very little food in the fridge. We were, by American standards, we were government's definition of poverty. And I felt I did not like it. I was not okay with it. And I went and searched for a vehicle. When I found Global Resorts Network, I knew I had a product that was so powerful that it could change my buyer's life. I knew that people that bought from me could change their lives because of our pay plan. I knew they could change their lives and actually go on trips, because before they couldn't because it's too expensive. I knew now they could finally go. And I knew I had something that I could win with, and I could win with significantly. And I went off and I sold over $1 million of this. And it continues and it mounts. And I have teammates whose lives are changing. And it's a fun thing. I mean, it's a fun industry. Okay, enough of me. Enough of me. Raise your hand if I'm doing an okay job tonight. I don't want to cheapen the opportunity. I don't want to make it seem like it's just another thing out there. This is, to me, literally, when I saw it, I knew. I was like, oh, it's over. Because my parents had friends who had timeshares that spent 10 grand, 20 grand. And I knew 5 grand, 12.5 now, and we can make a 7K commission and give somebody a dream membership, the most robust. Oh, it's unbelievable. It's a way to get wealthy in real estate without any of the risk. The best possible. Okay, so here's the deal. I would love to hear from a few. I'm going to lower all the hands real quick. And what I'd love to do is I'd love to hear from a few GRNers, and basically not a real long story, but why you bought. You know, why did you buy? What do you like? What's your vision? Just kind of share your story real quick. This is me, by the way, for those of you who are guests of others and you don't know who I am. But let me give you, this is a case in point. This is my friend Zim. He was here the other day. This was, I don't even know what day. It could have been Thursday, Friday. I'm not sure what day this was, but we're out hiking the mountains, Camelback Mountain in Scottsdale. Money is coming in as I'm out on the hill because I have a leveraged income. It's super powerful. Another example is my wife and I, we go to, let's get to Oahu. I just want to show you a couple things real quick. Shanny and I go to Oahu. The Global Resorts Network condo that we stayed in on Expedia was $4,500 for the week. We paid $799. We go out on hikes. This is called Secret Beach. Shanny took the picture from up here. We have a little picnic on this remote It's way away from the tour. Hidden Beach, it's called. You can look it up online. It's just unbelievable. There's nobody out there. This is the stuff of our lives. And the whole time we're making money. We're shooting videos, and it's a tax write-off on top of all of that jazz. I mean, the power of this opportunity is crazy, but let's get real. Raise your hand, everybody. If you're a GRNer, I'd like you to consider raising your hand real quick and sharing your story just in a nutshell. Okay, I got to find the hands. Here we go. Nancy, are you out there? Nancy? Nancy, your speakers might not be out there. Might not be turned on. If not, that's okay. I'm going to mute you out. You can try again later. All right, get your hand up, GRNer. Let's see. Michelle Pesco Solito. Michelle, are you out there?
I am out here. Can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear. There's you and beautiful Bill. Talk to me, Michelle. What do you love about GRN? Why'd you get in? What's your experience? What do you think income opportunity? What do you think product?
I mean, I guess we've been in, what, a little over 2 years now? Is that correct? So you would know better than me. Something like that. And I mean, the reason why...
No, Michelle, how long have you been married? You started the week you got married.
Oh, so a year and a half. Been in a year and a half.
And here's a little story before Michelle shares her story. When you were getting ready to purchase, you didn't tell your husband... What was the story there? You were just getting married. You didn't want to spend the money because you were kind of leery because you were new. What was the story in a nutshell? Tell us real quick.
Well, in a nutshell, he was still working in corporate America, and I was doing this business, and I really was in the position where I didn't want to spend any money because I needed to make money before I could spend money.
Right.
And yeah, so investing the $3,000 in Global Resorts, for me was a big deal. So I didn't tell him. I just jumped right in and did it. And we had just spent $2,000 to get off an island that we got hit by a hurricane with on our honeymoon.
Right.
So it was a big risk for me, but I knew that I wanted to live that lifestyle, like you say, that leveraged income. Be able to walk off a cruise ship like we did here recently and make $4,000 because one of my teammates made 2 sales while we were gone.
Yeah, and that's the power of that passive income I'm talking about, and that's the power of a mobile lifestyle where you guys can be on a cruise ship, you can be on vacation, whatever. So tell me, what's your main vision for GRN moving forward, Michelle? You were able to retire your husband. Of course, Bill and I and you were all great friends, but it's been a great ride for you, but what's your vision for the future?
Oh, well, I mean, my vision is just continue. I mean, spreading the word about the membership, which is phenomenal. We just met with our tax guy today, and his eyes raised up when he looked at all the 1099s. It was like, wait a second, you invested how much and you're doing this now? He was really interested. So, I mean, it's just getting the word out there, spreading it. I'm really starting to see a lot more people take notice of Global Resorts now, and that's exciting for me.
Yeah, well, it's just beginning. Here's us at my cigar bar near my house, Bill and Jeremiah, Eric, Michelle. Michelle, thanks for sharing. We've got more people that are ready to share. Thank you so much. And by the way, everybody, I said about 30 minutes, so if you are going to be taking off early, make sure you get back to the person that invited you here. Get your final questions answered and get started. Don't delay. It's really too powerful to delay on. Andrea Good said, I'm gonna see if you're out there. Andrea, are you out there? Andrea, I unmuted you, my friend. Andrea, okay. Andrea, you there? Andrea, okay. Andrea?
I am.
There you are, Andrea. Well, tell us. Thanks for jumping out. You're out in Florida. There's your beautiful tribe, who I have met your daughter. Don't know. Have I met your husband? I don't know. I don't think so.
I don't think anyone has.
Nobody. He's a secret. Andrea, tell me, you've been in GRN. I know you've made sales. I know you've had teammates make sales. Am I correct on that?
Uh-huh.
And that's passive income. Well, tell us about GRN, and if you can get real close to the mic, we'd love to hear it. What's been your experience? What are you excited about? Talk to us.
Well, I'm excited about being able to take vacations because we really just hadn't had any since the big one was born. Really,
right? Wow.
A bit of family stuff, but nothing else.
Got it.
And I'm excited about the money.
Well, so when you got started, Tell us about your first sale. You made your first sale, then you made your second sale. Did you? Because for some of us who aren't used to, I think if I remember your story correctly, a $5,000 sale is like, wow, that's a lot of money, especially if we're not used to collecting that kind of money.
Yeah.
Was that a hurdle for you, or am I making that up?
Huge hurdle.
So how did you overcome it? Because we have people that are brand new who have probably never sold anything, and they're looking at a $12,500 package or a $5,000 package, and they're going, I just can't. I don't know. That's a lot of money. I've never dealt with that much in a transaction.
Just mostly being around the community of people, the marketers that are attracted.
Right.
It's just stretched my possibility zone, just seeing the transactions happen, seeing people excited about the product itself, that there's such decent, that the bargains are there and the value is there. So there's no reason, it's just as easy to sell a high ticket if the value's there as it is to sell. It's actually easier in some cases.
I love it. So Andrea, your vision for the future in a nutshell, and then we're going to unmute a couple others and get this party rolling.
I'm in it for the long haul.
I love it. Andrea, well, we'll talk soon as well, and I got your email, so I'll be getting back to you as well. All right, Andrea, thanks for sharing. We've got Amanda Robertson out there. Amanda, are you out there?
I am, Mark. I'm slightly losing my voice.
South Hat, there you go, Amanda. Now, Amanda's in the UK, so she'll have a distinct accent, everybody. But we have people in Poland. We have people all over the world, Australia, even in Canada. We have them everywhere. So, Amanda, tell us, you've really been kicking it. You've been really kicking it. I mean, you're working hard. You've got a vision. You've, I'm not going to brag about your numbers for yourself, but you're really ringing the cash register in this, making a lot of sales, platinum pluses. I mean, the whole show. So, what's behind your motivation? What's behind your eagerness to work and really drive Global Resorts for yourself?
Mark, basically I've done quite a lot of research on various companies and products, and GRN just ticked all the boxes with the team. I mean, the people are awesome. I have quite a few of them, and without exception, they're all really good marketers, and they're all doing really well.
Nice.
And GRN itself is just, it's a great company. People say it's not about the product. Well, this company is an exception to that, because we all want the dream lifestyle, and this is the dream lifestyle. So there's no better way to do it.
Any company that's going to tell you it's not about the product doesn't have a product. Okay, they have to tell their affiliate base, listen, it's not about the product. And at the end of the day, something like this Wyndham that I'm looking at, 546 versus 5,000 versus 18 in ownership, it's really a natural sell, meaning it's zero. Your conscience isn't getting affected in a sell, and when your conscience is clean and you can sell it unlimited, then there's just a psychological trigger that happens that's really powerful. So, Amanda, tell us, what's your vision for the future, and what's your vision for GRN personally?
Mark, for me, the product itself is very exciting because, not just as an opportunity, but it's a product that can compete against anything that's out there, and we can stand alone as a product. So I'm very excited about that, the direct sales side of it, and just that I know that anyone who I do introduce to this opportunity, I'm giving them the very best step up to actually make it in this industry. So I'm in it for life. Hopefully that's a long time.
I love it. Amanda, thank you so much for sharing. Thanks for bringing your renewed leadership into the community as well. I know we have Anita and Parvendra, and we have some of your teammates on here tonight, and so welcome to you guys too. And we have a bunch of newbies. We have a bunch of new distributors on the call, so my encouragement to you guys is don't hold back at any level. Don't hold back at any level. You want to run with it. Promote it. Shoot it out to your Facebook list like I just did. Shoot it out to there's just a lot of things you can do. Talk to your mentor about how you can really start cranking the engines on this. But here's what I did. Let me give you an example. Right before this, about an hour ago, I said to any of my friends in real estate, I'm about to hop on a webinar at 9 p.m. Eastern and talk about how to create 7K and 2K commissions using luxury real estate condos. I had a teammate make 30K in sales in one night about 10 days ago. Worth tuning in if you're an entrepreneurial commission-based type person. And then I had that in there. Eddie says, Mark, this is a topic I'd be very interested in. Will you post a replay? And I shall. So it's easy to get it out there. Literally, we've had people who have just posted pictures of their vacations they've gone on and say, hey, private message me and I'll show you what we do. And then what happens, here's some steps of action. If you haven't watched our 36-minute product-only video, go to hoversomeleadership.com/GRNDVD. This 36-minute video will give you the full details on our product, the standalone product. Doesn't mention the business opportunity whatsoever. So you'll want to check that out. Right down that website. I'll put it in the chat box here so you can click on it if need be. Let me see here. Send to all. And let me give you one other webinar to follow up with. GRN webinar. We've got so many, but this is a good one. Copy and paste that thing. Hop in there. Do your due diligence. Don't waste time. For me, I saw it. I did my little homework on it, whatnot. Within 7 to 10 days, I put my credit card down, 22% interest. I did not delay. Thank God I did not delay. Life would be a very different thing. I don't even want to get into it. But at the end of the day, let me leave with just a little scribbling here. Well, first off, raise your hand if you've gotten value tonight. If you feel like you have a fairly decent gist of the product, you feel like the pay plan makes a little bit of sense to you at least. It doesn't have to make perfect sense, but it's pretty straight dealing pay plan. Here's the thing I want to leave you with that's really powerful. And this is, I came up with, I wondered why GRN does so well, why it's done so well, why it's been over 5 years and really just getting started. And I came up with an equation called CC plus PI plus CC plus PI plus C equals whether you have a winner or whether you have a loser. And let me delineate what it is. CC stands for cost of creation, meaning in the product that you sell, how much did it cost to create? Pack of gum, it goes through machines that maybe cost some money to create, but how much does it cost to create gum? What's the cost of creation of gum? Or what is the cost? And then what's the passion index of the buyers or the potential buyers? Meaning when it comes to whatever the product is, how passionate do they become about it? And then the big C that throttles a bunch of other people is what's the competition doing? Can the competition sell it for cheaper, sell it better for less? Then you're screwed. So this is the equation. And here's what sets Global Resorts Network apart in such a radical way. Our cost of creation, we have resorts all over the world, but let's just take the resorts that we've seen today. We haven't featured Hawaii, but we had some in Mexico, right on the beach, Puerto Penasco, right on the sea of Cortez. We had, I forget all the resorts. We had Branson, Prime Branson. Here's the thing. The cost of creating these and developing these resorts, meaning the condo resorts themselves, they're on premium golf courses, premium mountains. It is the very most expensive real estate you can buy. Okay, just the real estate in itself is mega millions to purchase. But then the development of the condos themselves, we're into mega millions more. And then the maintenance of keeping flat screen TVs in the condos, of keeping granite tiles, of keeping things mowed and the pools clean and the golf courses trimmed and the landscaping up to the cost of creation of what our product ends up, where our people are when they're sitting on the sugary beaches of Cabo watching the whales jump in the water. That cost of creation is billions, literally billions. And that's why this is a $1 trillion industry. But it's billions of cost of creation. Now, the passion index, ask people, If you have all the money and all the time in the world, you have money freedom and time freedom, what do you want to do now? And most people say, I want to go somewhere. I want to travel. I want to see things. I want some adventure. I want some splash and some spunk. I want to hit Italy for a week. I want to spend a lazy week in Naples. I want to do wine country for a week. They want to go places. The passion index in travel is so intense. It's almost insatiable. And when it's not intense, either maybe the people were in the military, they saw the world and they're done with it, and there's some people like that. But most people who don't have the passion index for travel, it's because it's so expensive they don't even bother developing a passion for it because there's no way they're going. But with global, what happens is they can go. But then the big secret to whether you have a winner is what's the competition doing. And if you look at our product and you compare what the exact same thing is, well, here's an example. This is the exact same place. Here's you with your pina colada right there on the beach. There's the fish splashing out there, the whole thing. Expedia 2200, us 398. Competition can't touch it. And Expedia is usually cheaper than most. Here's Expedia 5200. Here's us 546. If you want to own there, you're looking at 18,000. Wyndham Branson at the Meadows to own a week, 18. This is our competition, my friends. This is incredible, $18,500 for 1 week. Our $12,500 package is 20 weeks of usage, cheaper than the maintenance fees of people who pay $18,500. We can stay there not for $4,000 but for $398. Again, I could list dozens upon dozens upon dozens of examples of how we continually slaughter all competition. And here's the thing, as an affiliate, you are rewarded with spoils appropriately. You market this membership. You help us get this word out. We pay you $7,000 a sale at the top. We pay you $2,000 at the bottom, and it's powerful, and it can change your life in ways unimaginable. All right, gang. My name is Mark Hoverson. It has been a pleasure to be here. Thank you for coming out, those of you who shared. Thank you to the guests. In fact, if you're a guest, I want to encourage you to get back to the person that invited you. And just as a little tally, I won't call you out or anything. It's just for my own curiosity. If you're a guest and you're probably going to join, probably. You looked and you watched it and you have a couple questions left. You're going to talk to the sponsor. But you're probably going to do this. Raise your hand and it'll just give me a little something to look at and something to know. So, again, I promise I won't use your names or call you out. Okay, I see it. Those of you with a couple R's are first names. Get back to the person. In fact, shoot me in. Who invited you here? Shoot me in the private area there, in the private section. It'll tell you who invited you, or you can just chat with me. Get back to that person that invited you here. Ask your final questions, those of you who raised your hand. This is literally, for me, it was the greatest purchase I ever made as a product. Never mind the opportunity. That blows everything away because I went off. It completely changed my life because I love this product. But this is a big decision for you guys. I see you. It's all gentlemen that are raising their hands. But it's a big decision for you guys. I know it is. I'm promising you it is worth it. The product is amazing if you want to travel. The pay plan is high octane. You're going to love it. Get back to the person that invited you here. To those of you who are still on the fence, private message. Go on Facebook. Private message that whoever invited you here. Get on the phone. Call them. No pressure. Just say, hey, I was on the webinar. I love this. I love this. Here's what I'm looking at doing. They can help you get started. They can walk you through this, what we do. All right, everybody. I see more hands coming up. That's awesome. I see those hands. Yes, yes. Get back to the people. I see them. Okay, we got some women now. The women are raising their hands. That's good. We needed some women power there. All right. Everybody get back to the person that invited you here. Let them know tonight that you were here at least, and just say, hey, I checked out the webinar. It was awesome. Here's my questions. That Mark guy is crazy, but that's okay. We'll deal with it. All right. God bless everybody. Peace.
The organizer has ended the session, and this call will be disconnected. Goodbye.